Hi friends, welcome to our YouTube channel IIBS IAS Academy. This is Rakesh Singh, Assistant Professor at IIBS IAS Academy. I have done my PGDBRM from Manipal University. Since last 6 years, I have been teaching to the UPSC aspirant. In this YouTube channel, we will be discussing about the daily current affairs and the topics which are related to UPSC as well as the other competitive exams. Please do subscribe, like and comment on the below section. Good morning friends, welcome to IIBS IAS Academy. Today we are going to discuss about today's current affairs from The Hindu newspaper, that is 25th October 2020. Now this news is about the Guptar Alliance. What is Guptar Alliance? Last year, central government has enacted one act, Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019. According to that act, central government has removed the Article 370 which provide the special status category to the Jammu and Kashmir. According to Article 370, the state of Jammu and Kashmir has separate constitution. Apart from that, the law which was made by the parliament, it was not applicable to Jammu and Kashmir until unless that law was accepted by the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly. Apart from that, Article 35 of Fundamental Rights of Indian Constitution. That article provides the special status to the permanent resident of Jammu and Kashmir. So according to Article 35A, only the permanent resident of Jammu and Kashmir can buy the property in Jammu and Kashmir, whether the property is movable or immovable. Apart from that, only the permanent resident of Jammu and Kashmir were eligible for the government jobs in Jammu and Kashmir. Apart from that, only the permanent resident of Jammu and Kashmir were eligible to get the reservation in educational institution in Jammu and Kashmir. So those were some special provisions which Indian Constitution was provided to the Jammu and Kashmir under Article 370 as well as the Article 35A. But last year, in the month of August 2019, central government has subrogated or remove Article 370 as well as Article 35A. Now, at present, Jammu and Kashmir has been divided into two union territory. Now, Jammu and Kashmir is not considered as a state. Jammu and Kashmir has been divided into two union territory. One is Jammu and Kashmir and another is Ladakh. Now, here in this article, there are 7 regional parties in Jammu and Kashmir. They have combined together and they have formed one alliance. That is nothing but Gupkar Alliance. And this Gupkar Alliance is fighting against the BJP government and demanding for the restoration of Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir. As well as it is demanding that to remove the Jammu and Kashmir as a status of UT and restore the Jammu and Kashmir as a status of state and restore the special status of Jammu and Kashmir. So these are the demand of the Guptar Alliance. In short, Guptar Alliance major demands are restoration of Article 370 as well as Article 35A. This article is about the interest charged by the banks as well as the NBFCs for borrowers. So during lockdown, the RBI has made an announcement that no need to pay the EMI from March to August. But banks as well as the NBFCs, they charge interest on borrowers for not paying the EMI or not repaying the loan amount for a particular period, that is from March to August. The central government has launched one scheme. So under that scheme, central government will pay the extra interest which are charged by the bank to the borrower. So under the scheme, banks, lenders, those lenders might be a banks or as well as the NBFCs. First, they need to credit the extra interest to the borrower's account. Then bank as well as the NBFCs, they can claim to the central government for the extra interest charged by them. then the central government will reimburse the extra interest in the accounts of lender, that is bank as well as NBFCs. And according to this scheme, central government will give the extra interest to the lenders for a loan up to 2 crore only. For take an example, if a borrower has taken a loan which is more than 2 crore, then central government is not liable to pay the extra interest charged on that loan by the bank. So the loan amount must be up to 2 crore. Then only the central government is ready to pay the extra interest charged by the banks. This article is about special session in Rajasthan Assembly. As we know that recently central government has passed the farm law. So central government has recently amended the 3 acts. One is Farmer Produce Trade and Commerce Act. According to that act, the farmer who produce the crops, earlier the farmer can sell that agriculture produce only to the APMC, that is Agriculture Produce Marketing Committee, with a fixed price or the price which will be determined by that APMC committee. But according to the recent amendment in Farmer Produce Trade and Commerce Act, so now the peasant or farmers can sell their agriculture produce, not only those registered APMC or agriculture mandi, even the farmer can sell their agriculture produce to the private mandi or outside also. So that is the one changes. Then second changes under Farmer Contract Act. So according to that recent changes, now farmer as well as the retailers, we have Reliance Fresh, D-Mart, those things, what they are doing actually, they made a contract with the farmer for a agriculture produce. So under that contract, it is an agreement, mutual agreement between the farmer as well as the retailer that farmer is going to produce so and so crop for a particular period, and after the harvesting of the crop, that crop will be given to the retailer with a predetermined price and with the quantity and the quality which are determined under that act, Contract Act. So in recent changes in that Farmer Contract Act, so under that amendment, farmer and retailer both has to made a mutual agreement, and the price has to be determined before harvesting of the crop. So that is the second change brought by the central government in recent farm law. Then the third change was under Essential Commodity Act. So under Essential Commodity Act, recently central government has amended. What was the amendment? That there is no ceiling limit on stocking as well as the hoarding of the agriculture crops like pulses, onions and edible oils. There is no such ceiling limit. Trader can made a stock n number of time without any ceiling limit on it. So the recent changes brought up by the central government, it was not accepted by the state government, or state government as well as the farmers. They are protesting against this law. So Punjab was the first state in India who passed the bill to cancel the recent amendment made by the central government under farm law. Then Rajasthan is going to provide a special session only to cancel the recent amendment which are brought by the central government under farm law. So that article is about that the Rajasthan Assembly will get a special session only to pass the bill which cancel the recent amendment of central government in farms law. This article is about the situation of pollution in Delhi. Okay, as winters are coming, then the situation of Delhi, especially in the month of December and January, it is very harsh. The level of pollution will increase in Delhi. So there is a one committee, that is Environmental Protection Committee Authority. So that committee recently has given certain measures how to control the increasing level of pollution in the Delhi. So according to EPCA, Environmental Pollution Prevention and Control Authority, the level of pollution in Delhi can be reduced if they follow certain norms and measures. So EPCA, Environmental Pollution Control and Prevention Authority, has issued certain guidelines, certain norms, certain steps to control the level of pollution in Delhi. So one of the measure is anti-smog guns. So installation of anti-smog guns. Apart from that, banning of firecrackers as Diwali is coming. Then apart from that, banning on the use of diesel generator. Then apart from that, banning of certain industries. So these are the some of the measures which were given by the Environmental Pollution Control Authority to control the pollution in Delhi. So recently Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched 3 schemes in Gujarat via video conference. So one of the scheme it is for farmers, and another scheme it is for heart hospital, and third the construction of the ropeway in Girnar forest or Girnar mountain in Junagadh cities. This article is about the inauguration of 3 schemes by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Gujarat. So yesterday our Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched 3 schemes in Gujarat via video conference. First scheme, that is called Kisan Suryodaya Yojana. So under this scheme, Kisan Suryodaya Yojana, the state government of Gujarat will provide electricity to the farmers even during the daytime also. Then second scheme, it is construction or establishment of the pediatric heart hospital in Ahmedabad. Then third scheme is construction of ropeway in Junagadh mountain, or construction of ropeway in Girnar mountain in Junagadh city. So this ropeway which will be constructed in Girnar mountain in Junagadh city, it is considered as the longest religious or longest temple ropeway in Asia. So this article is about the agreement between India and UAE. So this agreement, it is basically it is a arms agreement. So according to this agreement, Carbine it is a state owned arm manufacturing unit or a company in UAE which is famous for manufacturing of arms and ammunitions. So recently India has signed a deal with Carbine for procurement of nearly 94,000 rifles, and those rifles will be provided to the Indian Army. This article is about the Chhatar festival. The Chhatar festival will be celebrated in the state of Odisha. There is a one place called Bhavani Patna in Odisha, where this festival will be celebrated by the local people. So during Dashera, local goddess named as Manikeshwari. So people will start procession of that Manikeshwari idol from temple which were situated in Bhavanipatnam to outskirts of the temple. They started procession from temple to the outskirts of the temple in Rath only. So while coming back, that goddess idol will be come from outskirts to the temple route. At that time, lot of people will sacrifice thousands of animals as well as the birds. So recently, Orissa government has success for stopping the animal sacrifice during Chhatar festival. This article is about Himalayan brown bears. According to the recent study done by the Geological Survey of India, the population of Himalayan brown bears has recently declined, and according to the estimation, the population of Himalayan brown bears will be declined by 73% by 2050. And the main reason for the decline in the population of Himalayan brown bears are climate change. Himalayan brown bear. Most probably this Himalayan brown bear are the habitats of the western Himalayas. They are found not only in Himalayas, okay, they are found as well as in Hindu Kush region of Pakistan as well as the Afghanistan. And in IUCN list, Himalayan brown bears, it is listed under the least concern. Though it is listed under the least concern, but according to the recent study, its population is continuously declining. This article is about the diplomatic tie between Israel as well as the Sudan. So Israel, it is a Jewish country, and there was a famous war that is called 6 Days War in the year 1967. That war was between the Arab countries as well as the Israel. So after that war, most of the Arab countries, they have break the diplomatic relationship with the Israel. But in recent time, with the support from the US President Donald Trump, Israel is successfully making diplomatic relationship with many Arab countries. So first such country was Bahrain to made a formal diplomatic relationship with USA. So recent time, yesterday, it was Sudan which made a formal diplomatic relationship with Israel. This article is about Indus Valley civilization. Indus Valley civilization is considered as one of the oldest urban civilization in the world. So this civilization is nearly 4,005-year old civilization. And Indus Valley civilization sites at present, it is not only in India, it is also present some part of Pakistan as well as some part of Afghanistan also. So according to the Archaeological Survey of India, so the scientist of Archaeological Survey of India has done study on one IVC site that is called Kotada. Kotada, it is a IVC site in Gujarat. In that site, the scientist archaeologist of Archaeology Survey of India has done a study. So according to that study, IVC people know the dairy production. This article is about the political instability in Pakistan. So recently, two major political parties in Pakistan, that is Muslim League and Pakistan People's Party, they have joined hands together and made a one movement that is called Pakistan Democratic Movement all over Pakistan. And this Pakistan Democratic Movement, which was started by two National Party of Pakistan, that is Muslim League and Pakistan People's Party, this movement demanded Imran Khan to be resigned, as well as they also demanded less interference of military in the public administration in Pakistan. As we have seen in Pakistan, in current scenario or in day-to-day administration of the government, or in governance, military has major impact. Even the present Prime Minister Imran Khan has major influence by military people. So the political parties, Muslim League as well as the Pakistan Democratic Party, they demanded that military should not interference in the internal matter of Pakistan or military should not interference in the day-to-day administration of Pakistan government, or military should not interference in the governance of Pakistan. There should not be any nexus between the military as well as the Prime Minister of Pakistan while governing the country. So these are the demand put forwarded by Muslim League Party as well as the Pakistan People's Party through a movement that is called Pakistan Democratic Movement. This article is about the protest in Thailand. Thailand, it is one of the Southeast Asian country, and in Thailand it is having a constitutional monarchy. What is the meaning of constitutional monarchy form of government? Under this constitutional monarchy form of government, we have two heads. One is head of the state and another is head of the government. So head of the government, it is Prime Minister, and head of the state is the king or queen. And the post of head of the state, it is hereditary in nature. So in constitutional monarchy, head of the state is not elected by the people. The post of the head of the state is hereditary in nature. So recently, the citizen of Thailand, they started protest. So what was that protest about? They are demanding that laissez-majesté. In Thailand, we have one law that is called laissez-majesté. According to that law, any citizen of Thailand or any person who is residing in Thailand cannot criticize the king or cannot defame the king. If they are doing so, if they are criticizing, if they are not accepting the order of the king, if they are doing defamation to the king, at that time the person will get the punishment. So protesters in Thailand, they are demanding for the removal of this laissez-majesté law, which provide the special treatment to the king of Thailand. And apart from that, the people of Thailand also demanded for reduce in the expenditure of the king. So year by year, the king personal expenditure is increasing, and those expenditure will come only from the revenue sources of the Thailand. That means the tax which are paid by the citizen of Thailand. So the citizen of Thailand, they are demanding for reduction in the personal expenditure of king. So that is also one of the demand. Apart from that, the constitution of Thailand has given a more power to the king. So the people of Thailand is also demand to reduce the constitutional power of king, and there should not be any nexus between the king and the military. So that were the demands of protesters in Thailand. So please do like and share our video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to press bell icon for more updates. Thank you.